Even if I just got lucky, I am an emperor, same as him! And I want to be king! The king of the pirates!
Hey everybody, we're going to be doing some buggy matchups today. So I'll record this first one, kind of just going to be showing you guys the deck that I'm going to be running. Did some minor changes that promo blocker isn't in there anymore. I like them. I don't think it's super useful. Instead, I also got rid of those crocodiles. Instead, we're going to be running a bunch of the SR buggies. I like this just a little bit more. I'm noticing a lot of the matchups I would rather have bigger bodies than some of these 4 costs sometimes. So we're just going to be giving it a shot, just in standard quick join. So we'll see how this goes. I just played against a Sky Luffy, and that was a little rough, just because he double borsoed me, and then following turn, Bonnied into unblockable. So into, I think, Vegapunk, I like to go second, if I'm not mistaken. And this isn't the worst, especially since we're going to draw a card. We have this Searcher, so we'll keep this. All we really need is either the promo buggy here or any 4 costs, and I think we're kind of chilling. I don't remember what Vegapunk likes to go. I know his whole gimmick is like if you're at place one of your cost 5 or less into your life, or into play, which is really good. Obviously you're gonna try to rush this guy down as fast as possible, where he's then gonna play 2 5-cost bodies on turn 1. So I guess it might have been better to take second from, or take first from him. So we'll search. In this scenario, honestly, I probably want to be grabbing, we'll grab, I don't know what he likes. I think I'd rather establish 2 bodies I could at least do something with, and then we'll just pass the turn. So that 6k on turn 1 is a little crazy. He's probably gonna do it again if I'm not mistaken. So he looks at the top 5, and then you have to trash a card if I have 2 characters or less, so that's going to be really good, because even if he plays this again, he'll have to trash a card. He ripped 2 counter out of hand instantly. He does have a blocker. He's going to play a 4 cost, alright. I know his leader can't swing. He will probably just stack up. Yeah, and I'll just take this. Take that. So then the next turn we will be at 4. Amazing opportunity to do this. We'll go ahead and trash the slave rail since we don't need it, and then we'll go ahead and trash little blocker dude because we don't need him either. We'll then just swing 5 into life. He's probably going to play this card. Most likely, I would be surprised if he blocked and let the Vegapunk die. But I mean, like, we have a big blocker on field just to deal with this, so not the end of the world. That's probably the reason why I wanted to run the SRs. We're just there, especially if you go second, there is some opportunities where you do want to play just a little bigger blocker body, especially with the following turn. If I get another one, I could play a Cock Mihawk into the SR buggy into another Mihawk blocker. So I'll have 2 7k blockers on field. However, ideally, I think we want to find that promo just to shut off that 4 cost and any other future 4 costs that he might play. We're going to try to keep his hand size low and kill his board. Ideally. What I'm thinking is that he's probably going to play another Vegapunk into something else. Oh, he's going to play this. Okay. Not the worst. Just a big blocker body, basically. Only problem is that we're not going to be swinging into his life this turn. We are 100% going to be swinging into anything else. So what we'll do is, because he has an 8, we'll go ahead and take this one. We'll search and we'll grab yeah, honestly I think we need 2 combos right now, so we'll just grab another Cock Mihawk for the moment, and then we'll block Angoma too. So now the following turn we can start doing buggy stuff. What we'll do is we'll probably swing we'll search first. Yeah, let's do this instead, because I'll shut off that body permanently. So we'll go ahead and crash this, do this into this. We'll keep the Searcher. Actually, no, we can't, because I'd rather have a bunch of counter in hand. Well, he also could play some bigger body, probably like that Jubilee Bonnie with Rush. So we'll go ahead and actually trash a Mohi. We'll keep the Searcher just in case we need it. You never know. And then we'll just do... because I don't want to swing into his life, because he's going to play that 5-cost blocker, which is another body he could swing with. We do have the 2 blockers now. He'll be at 7 Dawn. So we'll go ahead and swing 7 into 6 here, because we also have the other blocker to deal with it, and this 4-cost is turned off. So you have to get... Oh, he lets it go. Cool. So, perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. It was either that, or you'd have to trash more cards from hand, so he would have been at 2 in hand. Now he'd be at 3, but obviously you let it go. Not the end of the world. We want to have a board state available so that when he does play this out, we can deal with it. It's a 5-cost 6k. Not the worst. Only problem is that, especially if I swung into life that turn with my leader, he would have even bigger board, and obviously the promo buggy doesn't shut this off. So yeah, I think the next following turn, I will be at, what, 8? Yeah, so I'll be at 8. So what we'll probably do is search and then play another Croc Mihawk into a blocker, and then, or the Drac Mihawk into a blocker, or sorry, Croc Mihawk into a blocker, I was right. So if you're at KOs with one of your opponent's 4 cost or less characters, which is perfect, so he can't KO anything here. Obviously, he doesn't know what the promo buggy does here. His whole board is basically turned off. For this turn, anyway. He has no cards in hand, which is pretty sweet. If I had a Grab Blade here, that would be amazing, but I don't. So we'll go ahead and search here. In this situation, just because, like, obviously it would be sick to have a Croc Mihawk into another Dragon Mihawk, so I have 3 blockers. I think the better situation here, honestly, is grabbing this buggy, because I have no idea what he's going to play the following turn. We'll go ahead and trash the Dragon Mihawk. In this situation... I don't think Slave Arrow is very good in this matchup, so we'll go ahead and trash that. And then we'll play Kabuji. So we have a 7/7 6 blockers. Obviously, what we could do is swing into life, but then you have a 6, a 6, and a 6. All that I have to deal with the following turn. So instead, we'll kind of just sit here. The 2 Dawn remaining kind of blows. Obviously, I could have like, well, you could have coupled Slave Arrow. Whatever. I think bouncing a body back to hand anyway would have been a little pointless, because I'm just going to block with it regardless. But also, it was either that or trash another 2k, another blocker body I could play the following turn. Or trash a buggy. I know I need the buggy. So what he's probably going to do is, especially since he's at 9 Dawn, he's probably going to be playing that Bonnie. The Bonnie is what's going to give him the advantage here, because he'll do a 6, a 6, and then a 10 swing, and then I have to take a life. Luckily, though, it's going into my hand and not into my trash. But the good news is that I can block, because I have established a board of blockers. So even if he does that, I don't really care, because even if he swings into one of my Mihawk blockers, I don't really give a shit, because I will just replace it with the buggy next turn, because our board is so big right now. That's the alright thing about going second with buggy is you can kind of just sit there and we're on our 8 Dawn turn. When you're on your 8 Dawn turn, if you can build a board like this, you kind of just sit there and do nothing. Because even if you lose a body, it doesn't matter. He can't swing with that, so I think he's a little mistaken with the promo buggy. I think he thought it was like a glitch or something the following turn. So he's going to do 9 here. I was kind of expecting to take a life anyway, so we'll go ahead and do that. And then in this situation, he's probably going to want to swing with the Atlas, so we'll go ahead and let the smaller Kabuji body go. In this situation, what we'll do is we'll kind of just keep nuking his board. So what we'll probably do is, because his life is so much greater than mine, what we'll probably do is try to bait out cards from hand by swinging into this, because obviously it can be KO'd now. And then we'll probably bottom deck. Actually, no, we won't bottom deck anything. That is one thing I have noticed with a lot of other buggy players is only play the 10 cost when you absolutely really need to. Sometimes it's alright to kind of, you know, be a little silly and play the 10 cost now. However, I just don't think there's a reason to. We'll go ahead and go 8 here as well, because he didn't block with the other one. So there goes both of those. So he basically has no board right now. Actually, it wouldn't be the worst to get rid of this blocker here. So maybe it's all right to trash that SR buggy into this buggy. Only problem is that if he does play a big body the following turn, which he very much might, I have to be very careful, like possibly in an L. So what we can do here is we'll go ahead and stack to 8 because this body is pointless. There's no point in playing this. So even if it's another 4 cost, I don't give a shit because he's going to play it, or he's probably going to keep it in hands on the 2k counter. But even if he plays the trigger, does nothing. And then what we'll do is we will trash the SR buggy into this, and then we'll bottom deck that blocker, and we'll call it a night. Not the worst, just like once again, like what I was trying to say was like sometimes if you have nothing really to bottom deck, that was a little interesting situation because like a bottom deck is a little blocker. If you have nothing really interesting to bottom deck, just be careful because there has been a lot of situations where I'll play the buggy and then the following turn I don't have a buggy in hand anymore. The following turn they'll play something big and then now I don't have an answer to it. This matchup's pretty fun from what I can see, especially this is like one of those few yellow decks where they aren't just playing slop all day long, which I'm like, thank God. He is playing the new Luffy though, which is nice. So that's why I was like, all right with maybe playing that. He can't swing with any of his board. He does gain 2k for his leader, which is all right. So what I say we do here is obviously we're gonna want to keep this. What we'll probably do, because he's going to play a 6k, and we know what the 6k is. Let's see. We would love to bottom deck that blocker, but what we'll do is we'll kind of bait. So we'll do a 9 swing first. And we'll see if he blocks. And then if he does block, I will just kill it. So that's all right. We'll then do another 9 swing. And we'll leave 1 up. Gorgeous. 13 into 12. We'll see if he has it. Amazing. So then we don't have to, we can use the buggy right after to bottom deck this guy. So obviously, like, I don't want to get rid of a 2k, but also like removing that blocker entirely so he has like literally nothing to swing with. It would be a lot nicer. So in this situation, once again, I don't think he runs any removal, so, and especially since he has no cards in hand, we'll bottom deck that, and then we'll just end the turn with this. Kind of just keeping his board super under control. Once again, I don't think he runs any removal enough to get rid of this buggy, so I think we should be okay. And even if he does, he has to pitch his entire hand to do so, and then I will just nuclear bomb him the following turn with my board state. Because even if he swings twice with 2 like 5ks, which I don't care about, I have a ton of counter in hand, I have 6k in hand, I have 2 life, and then we just nuke him. So I think he's in a weird situation right now. He might play the Kuma to heal 2 life. I'm not too sure. Obviously, he's going to heal again this turn, so he'll be back at 3, but that's alright because we're establishing way bigger bodies. So yeah, he's doing the Vegapunk ability. He will play this into the Lilith Searcher, which is pretty good. If you have 2 or less life, summon a 4 cost or below from your trash rested. So let's see. Luckily, the only thing he could summon is the Lilith here, which is alright. We'll go ahead and search for just counter here. We'll just grab an Albedo. Why not? So this turn, we can kind of just bomb him. There's nothing he can really do. He does have some, looks like a counter event or 2 in hand. Or he just has nothing to do with that additional dom. So we'll go ahead and just hit him for 12 with this buggy, just see what he does. So take that. We'll go ahead and hit him for, we'll do 9 with our lead, because then we'll have 5 remaining. See what he does with this. He'll probably counter out of this with some counter event that he has in hand, which is alright. Hopefully. We'll see. He's thinking. The only counter events I know that he might run are, I think Rayquaza was banned. Okay, cool. So he took that. Obviously, he has no blockers, so we'll just we'll swing 10. We'll swing 12 here. It might have been better to stack up all my Dawn, but I don't think he's getting out of this. And even if he does, yeah, GG. Even if he did, we could stack up another 5 and do another 12 with this directly Mihawk here. Yeah, he looked like he had no counter events in hand. He did have that Bonnie, which I thought he was going to play the previous turn, but that's all right. But yeah, pretty good game. Like, once again, I think I held the board control very, very well. Probably should have kept my life a little bit more under control, and maybe played some things a little differently. Looks like a grab blade was in our life. If I had a grab blade previously, I would have been able to just nuke his whole board and not really worried too much about it. But the promo Buggy really does save this matchup heavily, because he's going to play this stuff from hand into his life, and then he's going to be able to play those cards for free. So he's healing one and then playing it for free, or for 1 Dawn, basically. But when you turn it off, there's nothing you can really do with it. So even the Lilith Searcher, you turn it off entirely, so there's nothing you can really do. The 5 crossbodies are a little scary, and obviously the Bonnie is very scary. But I think if you can just control the board state and just make sure, like, okay, cool, like, how many cards do you have in hand? Oh, like 2? Okay, cool. Like, I'll just bottom deck that other thing as well, and there's nothing you can really do. As you saw, he was kind of floundering, and there was nothing he could really do. As I keep repeating, sorry, but there was nothing he could really do. Yeah, trying to think. The only thing I maybe could have done differently, or maybe done a little bit better, is maybe gone for game, or maybe apply a little bit more pressure, especially with those previous turns, like maybe the last like 2 or 3 turns. I was kind of just sitting there being really comfortable, which is all right. I played another game the other day, and somebody was telling me that letting the opponent have more turns is a little like more risky. However, I think in my board state, I was very safe. But yeah, so that was a little matchup against Vegapunk. I'll probably just make this a whole video because we are approaching 16 minutes and I don't want to have multiple videos on multiple matchups that goes like an hour long. So anyway, so yeah, that was against OP07 Vegapunk. Overall, a pretty good matchup. I think that promo Buggy really just does kill this deck. And as long as he's not slamming out bodies or playing yellow slop, I think it should just be all right. So anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys for another one. I'll probably be posting either another OP09 Buggy video the following, either later today or tomorrow, or I will be posting a tutorial guide for OP14 Croc, which will be our next big deck that we kind of cover. So anyway, hope you guys had fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you have any more recommendations, let me know. Ciao.